What's going on there, YouTube? Back for part 2 of my leaf spring conversion. You can see here, got the truck mocked up still, and got a new product I'm wanting to try. It's these alumiweld rods. It's a low temp aluminum brazing rod. Doesn't use any flux. You just melt it in, and it dries stronger than the aluminum you're brazing. Their words. So I'm hoping it lives up to all that expectation. So I'm going to start stripping the truck down here and seeing how I can go about this. I'm still not sure yet. I may try to use some of my pieces that I cut off my Jalon 2, section in, and alumiweld the ends. That's where I'm at right now. Let's see if I can come up with something better once I get there. This is so boring. Alright guys, I've got the sections cut. Now if you'll look, let's see if I can zoom you in better to the back rail. Where the cut happened was in the area, my thing's so loose. There we go. In the area where the recess is for the 4-link mount. So I really had no choice where to cut it because of where my top screw holes lined up for the battery tray, which is actually holding it together and setting the perfect length for the short bed. But it's going to have a good side effect because let me get you right here. It's going to give me more area to build up filler when I weld it or braze it. I can pack this full here to help hold that section in, and it's same on both sides. So looks like my next step, I really want to try to do this without taking the chassis completely apart. Ideally I would take the rails completely off and strip the paint and all this and that, but I'm lazy. There ain't no getting around it. I don't want to have to completely disassemble all the suspension again, because I'm going to have to put it all back together and then disassemble it again when I get ready to paint it and do everything and finish it. So that's I'm just going to try to do it all together. So the next step is I've got to sand down the finish so I have a good bare metal all over the ends of both pieces of frame rail, and sand down the filler piece that I've made, and then we'll start seeing how this stuff works. I'm hoping it doesn't get too messy. Alright guys, so it's time to get ghetto. Put the propane torch up. I'm on JB Weld this sucker. I give up on the alumiweld. Just won't do this kind of small precision work that I need. So got a 2-part. I'm pretty sure this works on aluminum. I don't have the box, so it doesn't say. So we're just going to try it. Probably have to let this stuff set for a day or so to cure. But I'm tired of messing with this part of the build. I'm ready to get on to finishing the body and getting this thing set up and running. So I'm going to get this stuff mixed up and start putting. Alright guys, so did the JB Weld. I left the plate on there while it was drying, so my top is nice and flat. Pretty strong. Let's see if I can zoom you in here and do a little bit of cleanup work on it. Since it's not the smoothest on the outside, I probably won't worry about the insides because you're not really going to see it. And I do plan on painting this chassis. This is going to be kind of a shiny show truck. I'm just going to use it to pull a trailer, which I don't have yet, and pull something else on a trailer, which I'm not exactly sure what yet. But let's see if I can focus on the back there. See, it looks a little bit nasty on the back side, but not too worried about it. I only care about the part you'll be able to see, which you still won't really be able to see very much. So I would like to do the scale leaf springs from RC4wd. They're a little pricey. I don't know if I can swing it, but since I'm not out for flex on this truck, I think they would look the part pretty well. But yeah, I'm also thinking about buying another 3D printed transfer case skid, just to tuck it up that much more. Not that I need the ground clearance, but you know, it just looks a little nicer. But we'll just have to wait and see how high this thing sits and how much the pinion angles and stuff have to work out, because it is sitting up pretty high right now. I've got all the leaves in it that I had. And I have all the kit shocks, and I did go ahead and order another set, so I've got 2 of everything. I will not pay 80 bucks for those front twin shock mounts. That's just ridiculous to me. I don't understand why that costs so much. It's just a hoop. It has dual shock mounts. They're $80, 70 something dollars. I can't justify that. So I'm trying to come up with my own way to mount dual shocks on the front. The rear is simple. The rear you just mount on your normal mount, but you put a longer bolt, put one on each side. They go to the same spot on the axle, one on each side, and you're done. So no trouble back there. But yeah, the front's a different animal. So I guess the next step is to kind of grind down my JB Welds and smooth them up a little bit. Alright guys, so here's the Lengthening Trailfinder 2. The JB Weld, I've been making this video over the course of a week, and my JB Weld was looking good. Had it on, it was nice and secure, and I decided I was going to grind the edges down a little bit, try to smooth it out, and it broke. I didn't have it in between the pieces very well. I just had it kind of on the outside, so when I weakened the outside by making it look nice, it kind of gave out. So I went back and JB welded it. I've got it in between all the pieces really well, and I went ahead and used some between the battery tray and there, because this is going to be here. I might as well use it. It's helping hold the frame together anyway, so I JB welded it all to that, just a little, just where the extension piece is in. So you can see this side needs a little bit of smoothing. I put more on the inside because you're not really going to see it. So, you know, just trying to keep it decent looking. Don't want it to look like it's glued together, even though it is. But, yeah, I think it's going to work this time. Fingers crossed. I am waiting on some parts. I need these little pieces that go in the rear of the frame that drop the shackles down. Little triangles that bolt in here and drop the shackle down, so that'll get the back level and get our pinion angle set correctly, because right now it's pointed down instead of up. Those are really hard to find pieces. All of the chassis that I've pieced together off eBay, I'll buy a bare frame on there for 50 bucks or so. The people don't include those, and then when you buy the leaf spring sets on eBay, they don't include them. So I don't know where they all go, but they're hard to find. So I ended up having to buy another Trailfinder 2 frame complete with those, just for those little parts. And it was like 60 bucks. I'm sure I'll use it again later for something. I've got a complete 4-link and 3-link set for Trailfinder 2. I might throw one together. I think I've got at least one extra axle laying around. Let's have to see. But anyway, yeah, this is it. Gotta wait on parts.